Go, folks. The European Pool Championships, 14 and 1. Miško Fortunski and Tobias Bongers. This is a winner's qualification. Both players have won their first two opening matches and pretty strong form, too. Um, we are in Tallinn, Estonia. This is George Steachea in the booth with Eric Horlifson. Eric, hello, and Miško apparently won the lag, so we're ready to go here in this race to 100, playing 14 and 1 straight pool.
Yeah, good to be with you again. Looking forward to a good match here. Fortunski coming in with a bit of an experienced favorite and a 10-point favorite in Fargo. Germany being one of the European countries where they play straight pool the most, so probably a lot of experience on the straight pool side coming in for Bongers. He's had some good results lately, George. He made it to the quarterfinal of the UK Open in 2024 and the European Open that just happened this past week. He's a quarterfinalist as well.
Yeah, Miško's been playing these European Pool Championships since 2007. From about 2014 on, or 2013 on, he's won at least one every year. And he's finished high, top 8, top semifinalist, top 16, final 16. Opening shot there was a good break from Miško, but he left that long straight in. That ball came up too high. See if he goes. He's just going to go for a safety here.
Yeah, 8-ball must not be available. I think he'd be taking it if it was. Chip off the rack here, play some distance. Try not to remove anything. Good shot.
Nice speed. Got as close as he could to the rail, leaving it long. Nothing that I can see. He'll probably just go off this. I like him just going off the ball on the right side. There's a 3 and the 7 on the right side, just softly, and come straight up. Is he looking to shoot something? He's looking maybe. Like the 3 ball might. It looks like the 3 ball might be dead, or the 7. Yeah. This would be pretty aggressive.
Yeah, I'd say the 7's playing a little long rail here, but he's having a good look at it. Yeah. I mean, he won't be shooting it if he doesn't think it's fairly wired.
Well, Miško won his last match against Steve Heeb from Liechtenstein, 100 to -1.
Yeah,
and I guess it was shots like that.
Yeah, those lopsided scores are usually indicative of high runs during the match.
Exactly. Exactly.
Since he has a chance to open up the 4-2 here. Little straight on the 3. He's going to go at the 1 and run the cue ball towards the 2-4. "13 still there. Fortunski looks like he's trimmed down just a little bit. Never a real.
He does look pretty trim. Yeah.
Yeah, I never was a real big guy, but looking a little slimmer than he has in the past. Possibly taking some fitness regime into his overall gameplay.
He's never been out of shape. He's always had a good physique. Especially, I see him just in Las Vegas most of the time. When he comes to the United States, he's an athlete. He's fit.
A lot of balls that can play okay for the breakout ball here. I think the 5 might play best, George.
For the breakout, no, I think the 10 might, that ball next to the 2 ball there on the left might play the best.
Okay.
Or unless, because he's going to play this 3 ball now. The red 3. Yeah, he'll play this ball now. That's too close. I think he'll take either the 9 ball or the ball right next to it on the right there for a break shot. He might use the ball. I don't like using the ball by the side pocket because there's just, you have to hit the rack too accurately. High chance of a scratch. Something he didn't like there. He's pretty, his expressions are good to watch. He's a perfectionist. You can watch his play all the time. He just likes to shoot everything. He wants to be exactly where he needs to be. He's going to use the ball by the side. No, he's not. He's just going to stop this. This is a nice setup here. This is exactly how you want to do it in straight pool. The ball before your breakout shot, you want a straight in stop shot. So on the angle that you want to come into the rack. And he did a great job of that.
And even being underrated, they're shooting something up table and coming back into the angle of the breakout ball at the other end. It's a common play that you want to look for.
Well, in rack 1, Miško takes it 13-1. Tobias made the opening shot and then went for a safety, and Miško picked out that, was it the 7 ball that he played?
It was,
picked out the dead, picked out the dead one and ran out.
Yeah, 5 ball combination to open up the run out.
Aggressive, but you know, when you look back at movies like The Hustler, you know, did you leave me anything? Nah, you left enough.
Yep.
Left a good shot there. That was a pretty bold shot too.
He's considering the combo or the 1 here. Looks like he's going to settle on the 1. Cue ball's playing into the 6. Nice shot. Bit of trouble over on the right long rail, but I believe the 4 passes. Could play a 13-15 combo after. Go straight here on the 7, or the 5, pardon me. And create some angle going towards the 8. I don't mind trying to get on the 4 eventually and just playing the combo, but it looks like he's going to think about rearranging that area. Good 2 rail angle to come into 12-15 here.
Yeah, he doesn't have an insurance shot though. He's not going to be sure of having a shot. See what I mean? That's the only thing I don't like about going to balls like that close to the rail. Ideally, he would have liked to end it up where the 3 ball was the next shot, in case he didn't get anything down lower. But now he's in a little bit of a predicament here.
Yeah, I don't think the 4 passes the 15.
He's playing to the corner, or is he going to the side? It looks like it does go by there. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. He's good now. He can start focusing on breakout balls. 13 has to be removed to open up the pocket for the 2-7. Nothing lying great for a breakout here.
Yeah, he'll get it off the 13. I like his pattern play here. I like the way he's just playing stop shots for his next position. For instance, he'll play this 3 ball, stop it there for the ball to the left-hand corner pocket, and then get on the 3 balls. They go to the right side. But he's going to open them up a little bit here.
Yeah, try to develop the 2 or the 10 towards a more positive breakout ball.
Yeah. Looks like Miško is rather adept and comfortable playing straight pool, from what I can see. The way he's moving around the table, he looks a lot more comfortable than when I see him in some of the big matches in rotation. Oh, he didn't come up enough for that, or did he? He was going to play the ball to the side next.
Slightly by the 2. (15-2) running the 10.
Oh, it does go.
Develop it a little better.
It does go.
I mean, he feels okay with one of these 3 to break out. I don't really feel like they're that ideal.
Looks like he's going to use the 13 ball, or the ball on the long rail for a breakout. But see how his cue ball is minimal? Movement on the cue ball is minimal, and he's always has a nice angle for the next shot. He's on a 28 ball run now.
Yeah, making
27 ball run. 27. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, George, strong with the patterns, keeping the cue ball movement to a minimum.
Oh, I'm wondering about the first match. Did he have a 100 ball run?
You'd think it's possible with his opponent being on a
Sure.
negative score.
Sure. For those of you that just joined us, we're in Tallinn, Estonia, and they're playing 14-1 to 100 points. This is rack number 3. Miško ran the first 2 racks. Tobias made the opening shot after Miško's break, played a safety, and Miško found a dead ball and is still in the process of running balls. This is a tough one. Toughest one he's faced.
First ball missed. Hampered queuing, always tough. So Bongers now with a good opening chance. Start with the 1. A lot of development needs to be done by the racking area. 9 ball at some point could play okay. Moving into the 4 and developing balls over to the right side of the table.
So Miško had a 28 ball run there to open up this winter's qualification match. Tough shot here. He's going to have to play that 9 ball or play safe.
Yeah,
I'd be
overcut
looking
the
for
1.
a safety here. Sure.
Yeah, got a lot more energy out of the cue ball than he wanted there. And not going to be on anything really here.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to play ball.
Well, this is all in.
Well, his opponent just ran 28 balls off his last safety. I think I'd be looking at a safety here, pushing that 9 ball out and sticking the cue ball on top of the 6. He's playing this 3 ball. It looks like the red 3 to the corner pocket. Thin cut.
Caught the 14 on the way through, and that's big trouble for Bombers here.
That was very high risk.
Nine ball still looking okay to develop the 4 and possibly pushing the 4 into the 6-15 area.
You know, Eric, I don't recall seeing Miško this comfortable at a table. I've watched him play quite a bit. I've watched him. Yeah, he just looks very comfortable. 802 Fargo. His opponent is 792. As you mentioned, 10 points difference. He's in the mid-30s range as far as age goes, I believe.
Trying to open up the stack of balls there. Did get movement, but tied up to 415 now. We'll come back into them off the 3. So he's going to use the 9. Danger here is he's pushing the 4 and the 15 towards the 10 and the stripe. Okay, going to come from the back.
Yeah, his pattern play is exceptional.
Goes to the 9 and the 3 here. 3's looking a little easier. Showed in the last rack that he's not afraid to use a ball near the log rail as a breakout ball. But the 9's lying pretty good.
The other thing I've noticed about Miško is he's playing with a long extension on his cue.
Yeah, he looks to be on like an 8-inch extension there.
Sure. It's a full-size extension. That gives you a little bit more, in my opinion, it gives you a little bit more stability on the swing there. It just really settles your swing down, which would, you know, play good for Straightpool for 14-1. Is that ball in the rack?
Yeah, no, I think he's okay. Especially on the breakout shot, he can generate a little more power with that longer cue.
Sure, sure. The added weight, all of it, you know, it's got to add. It's got to be if it's a full 8-inch extension, which it looks like, it's got to add an ounce, maybe 2 at least.
Just enough room between the 9 and the rack here.
Another 13-1 rack, so that'll be 40-2.
Cue ball's going to tend to drop table a little bit, I think. You try to stun it as much as you can. Keep the cue ball down at this end. Yeah, I knew he was coming back, so played all the way up and down.
Sure.
Nice shot.
A little too much pace.
No kidding. Got all the way up table and
Yeah.
back down to the short rail. He still has the 14.
You better hope he gets. You better.
Balls.
Yeah, I was gonna say you better hope he catches that 11 ball, because otherwise he's running high up table and doesn't want to be up there right now. Miško's looking real good through here.
Yeah, the 1 and the 10 are available on the bottom right. Just a bit of work to do with the 7, 8, 15. Looks like he's going to try to solve that now.
Yeah, his insurance shot is the 4 ball on the bottom right there, the pink 4.
Might have
Didn't
pushed
look
the
like
1 and 10 into a spot where they're not really pocketable in both the bottom corners. And shoot the 15 to open up those balls. Just going to take care of a couple loose ones here.
Fortunski is one of 5 players in this event from Poland.
Yeah, strong national program in Poland. Arguably 10 to 15 world-class players on the men's side coming out from Poland now.
Yeah.
A few on the women's side, but they'll be looking to bring home some medals at this year's European Championships.
Bonger is one of 7 players from Germany in this event.
So he's going to leave the 1 as a break ball. Very little cue ball movement in the last 3 balls here, just exactly what you want. Playing fast too, George. You know, he's comfortable around the table. You can see it.
Sure. Yeah. And very confident of his pattern play. And that's exactly why he's comfortable. He's just so, he trusts his patterns. He just sees the table very, very well. Pretty much the same break shot he used last game.
Yeah, same ball too.
Yeah.
Gonna have to come all the way back up table and back again, you think, here?
Maybe he won't hit it as hard. But there's your answer, yes. It didn't work out good for him, though. I get he can see the ball. Yeah, he could see the ball by the corner. Stop, man.
Considering using the 8 to move into the 10-14 and open up a stack of 6 balls that's left over on the left side. Good angle. Cue ball might start drawing back towards them, but lots of balls available. Nice shot, nicely controlled, good on the 9. If he's able to get straight on the 14, that'll kind of start opening up the 14-11-6 area. There he is. $14, $15, $11. 3's got to go before the 10, but I like him attacking this area first. Yeah, just taking care of all the problems quickly, George. Textbook Straightpool here.
Sure, he really is. I'm sure he has a couple of books on Straightpool.
Gonna solve the last problem here with the 6-15. Ideally, if you can run into the 6 and push it away from that area. Shot. 12's looking good for the breakout. Just gonna make a plan here where you can move the cue ball as little as possible, get the proper angle on the 12 at the end of the rack. Now, possibly using the 10 now for a breakout. 13 sets up good onto the 10.
And this will be probably some of the most cue ball movement we've seen other than the break shots. Oh no, it's going to stay with it. I thought it was going to come over for the 13 ball on the right long rail.
I'm saying he'll go to the left here. He has a slight bit. Might have to power up or draw all the way around. Nice shot.
Oh, he wants to come off that rail. He did.
Just a one
Little
half
straighter.
mistake on ball moves.
A little straighter than he wanted to be, but another high run. He ran 12 off the last rack and ran this rack out. So it's another 26 ball run. He ran 28 in his first two racks.
Had a little less energy going into the stack here, but still enough that he should be able to trade something. Oh, 5 balls leaving the rack. A little loose on the cue ball.
Oh, I like the safety here. I like the safety here. Or is he going to play the 8 ball?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of reward in the 8. 1, 11, 12 are nicely available over the left corners. Wow, with power, George. Showing confidence there.
And it didn't pay off. He's got another long shot on the 6. I don't think the looks like it's the 9 ball above at the top of the rack there. Will go to the corner pocket. Not sure. We'll know soon. I guess it will. He's playing it. Oh, he's making this look easy.
No kidding. Strong, quick play. Hasn't really looked in trouble except for the first couple shots of this rack. Every ball seems like it has a pocket, but other balls just kind of blocking off the tracks towards accessing those easiest pockets. Might be able to move around here without disturbing anything.
Something tells me Mishko likes the way this Predator arc table plays.
Yeah, newest iteration of tables coming out from Predator. They look nice, full sleek black look.
They do. I like the legs on it. You know, the stand on it. It's a 3-piece slate. It's got the hard bonded K55 Pro Speed cushions. 4 1/4 pockets. Yeah, he's on his way to a 3-rack run on 4 1/4-inch pockets.
It's going to favor the 5 for the breakout here.
Oh, he wanted to be straight in on that 7 on that 3 ball.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come all the way to the rail and back out. Nice shot. Good angle.
Call.
Looks to be pretty much an autopilot. Easy to say when
40
they're
ball
running balls.
run.
Yeah, but just the fashion that he's running them in.
Sure. Almost looks like he's practicing, but it's a 40-ball run he's up to now. He ran 28 the first 2 racks.
We'll look out for the cue ball.
Oh, that is one of the problems with that coming off the side of the rack right there if you go forward.
There's a lot of times where players try to hit it with so much top that it hits the rack and then follows so much that the cue ball comes into the short rail. I've seen that one. But oddly, the way he hit that, it kind of seemed like the scratch was almost high percentage.
It is when you come off the side like that. You think you're drawing the ball, or you're coming back, you hit it with stun, and it falls forward. I guess the hit from the rack takes away your English. I'm not sure exactly how, but it's always done that. You kind of, if you don't go into the rack sharply, it'll fall forward. Well, we'll see what Tobias can do here with an open rack. He hasn't had the pleasure of that yet.
Yeah, starting to open up the stack that was left in the racking area. Nothing real obvious to get in the stack here. Has to be mindful of the 11-9. Separate those nicely. Can actually come across one rail into the stack now. I think you will.
See if he comes into the stack here. He did.
Still has the 13. 2, 3, 8, 14 aren't really available anywhere, so we're going to take another nudge onto those balls. Could be available into the bottom right. He's looking at that now. Nice stop shot on the 15 to create that angle that he needs. Back to the same area, just opening up the pocket for the 13 here.
Everything's pretty much open now.
Yeah, nicely done. Not much risk in the way you ran those first 8 balls. 15 plays okay for a breakout ball here. Got the 1 ball back up table that he can play onto and then come back into the angle for the breakout on the 15. You know, Bonger's finishing in the quarterfinals of 2 Matchroom events is really saying a lot for the quality of player he is. Some of the toughest fields in the world in those tournaments.
He's fairly young. He's got a future, as does Fortunsky. Fortunsky a little more established, I guess, in his career as a pool player. Doesn't want to get, he's got to get this ball off the rail.
If anything, you can cheat the long rail and create some angle coming back, but definitely straighter than he would have wanted.
And nicely done.
First full rack clearance for Bongers, and he'll be looking to mount a comeback here.
Yeah, coming into rack number 8. Score of 81 for Tunski to 16 for Bongers. And maybe I should wait till they update that on the scoreboard, huh?
Yeah, for Tunski scratching off the break there, so a full 14
Sure.
ball run for Bongers in the previous rack. Opens him up nicely. Shot on a 10. Good chance to put 2 racks together now. A lot of balls are trending towards the bottom right here. Be nice if the 6 passes the 3. If it doesn't, he can get at the 3 in a way to open up the pocket for the 6. Kind of like getting on the 3 at some point, George, and just risking a little bit of movement, maybe pushing the cue ball onto the 7 and leaving the 15 afterwards. Well, that's a smart shot, playing the 6 into the left middle. Oh, he's just going to open the... Good chance to get on a ball here. Opening up that area a little bit.
Sure. He's looking good to get his second rack in.
Yeah, he's not too thin on the 3, or he can try to get a little better on it, drawing back right now. 3 is still the biggest problem ball in the rack for Bongers. Getting into close quarters here. A lot of balls close together where you don't need much cue ball movement if you maintain the proper angles. Shot. All open now. 3's looking okay for a breakout. 2's looking okay for a breakout. Choice of how he wants to run the rest of the balls here.
You know what's funny, Eric, is that time clock has not even come into play with these two players. They're on a 35-second time clock with a 25-second extension per rack.
Yeah, Bongers had that one short pause of third of the way through the rack here where he just wanted to make a solid plan. But other than that, been flowing pretty well. And Tunski definitely, like you said, almost playing like he's practicing. 12 ball lying on a good angle to get the breakout angle, proper breakout angle on the two. Wanted to be a little straighter here. We can minimize the cue ball movement. Proper angle now on the 6 though to come above the 8. Looks like Bongers is going to run his second rack in succession here.
Good pattern finish there. He'll play the ball to the side, leaving himself a nice angle as he just showed us for the 2 ball to break him up.
Yeah, just follows slightest bit forward here. Is looking good. Stun run through.
That was rack number 8.
Bonger's looking to put as long of a run together as he can here. The way Fortunsky's playing, next in at the table would likely be a win for him.
Oh. Well, the 14 came up to leave him a shot, but the angle coming off can be dangerous.
Yeah, 3 and the 5 are secondary options.
And you called it. He went for the 3, or the 5 ball. Excuse me.
Looking to
long
use the
rail
12
there.
now. There's a ball to run into the stack. We've got to come off both balls here, ideally the 7 and the 9, and creating movement with the cue ball heading towards the 15, opening up the biggest problem area. Missed the 7, got into the 9 decently, rearranged that tight area a little bit. Not particularly advantageous as of this point. Below the 11 can work here. Get a natural into the 9, ideally pushing it into the 1.
He's going to come back into the stack now from here. Where
Yeah,
does he have-
I think he could.
Oh, the 8 ball goes.
Okay. If he can follow directly through to the 7, that'd be a good play because he'll open up the pocket for the 9-11, but I think the cue ball might be hitting the 1.
He was dead straight in on that 8 ball.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have moved him a little bit. He'll probably look to get on this. Looks like the 7 ball. Get on the left side of it, play it to the right, then open up the balls one at a time. Or the pink 4 also goes, so to the right-hand corner. He's got choices.
Yeah, yeah. I think taking the 4 in the bottom right's a good play. I like
That's
what
what he's
you're
playing
saying
for now.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's got to be a little bit leery of is developing a breakout ball. The 1 looks like it plays okay for it. Could try to push it a little more left here, but you won't be left with much. Maybe the 14. Just decide to avoid it. It's outside the rack. I mean, it can be used as a breakout ball. Staying for the 14.
Yep. He's working to the right side now to get those 3 balls over to the left pocket.
Shot there.
If he's going to develop a break shot, he'll push this 1 ball right here just a little bit out. I'm not sure he has the angle to do that, though.
Yeah, I think he was going for some angle going to the right. He might have just the slightest amount.
If he can cheat the ball to the lower part of the pocket and then move the 1 just a hair. Nope, he didn't have the angle for it, otherwise he would have. Because I think he wants that 1 ball a little bit to the left of where it is. Oh, he's going to shoot it now. He said, forget it.
Use the ball along the right long rail as a breakup ball.
I
6
think
plays
so.
well into the angle that you need on that, on the 13. He really wants to be straight here. Smallest number on the left.
Yeah, he might be bringing the cue ball
all the way up and back. I think he's straight enough to hold it.
No, I think he'll just bring it back just a couple of inches. You think he'll go up and down? Looks like that's what he's doing.
He's doing high.
Yeah, he wanted more angle, so that's why he went around the table for it. It laid pretty well for that. He's on a 46 ball run.
Yeah, nice reply from Bongers here.
The 44 ball run.
Yeah. Hit there.
That worked out. That worked out very well for him. Hit that ball solid. The weight of the rack pushed the cue ball over to the right a little bit, and he's in good position to continue the run. 42 balls so far. 43 with that one he just made. Rack number 10.
I like this play. Got a little straight. He's still back off on the 8, but just coming at the 15 and running the cue ball into the 7-3. Little straight, so he's going to go back to the 8 and try to play a shot where he has a little more angle, doesn't have to force the cue ball as much. Maybe he has just enough. Okay, so there's a way around it where he doesn't actually have to move them. "15" lies onto the 10 pretty good. The 3, 6, 7 are going to have to be... Still believe they're going to have to move. There's one of them gone. Again, 15 plays nicely onto the 10 or the 7. So you can consider that progression going forward here. Two could be used as the breakout ball, but might be moving some of these balls in the 4-ball stack and trying to develop one of those towards a breakout. This is looking good to move the 10. Could get trapped up behind the 3 though. Everything in the open now. I believe the 10's inside the rack, George.
It looks like it is just on the corner of it, I think.
So the 2 will likely be the breakout ball. Because of where the 6 is, I guess you could consider shooting the 12 into the side last and drawing into the stack. But I think just sticking to a more traditional breakout angle here, 2 is going to play okay. Maybe take a little steeper angle on the 2 so you can get enough energy in the rack, and the 11's playing well to get onto that angle.
I don't think it matters which ball he plays first here, the 6 or
Yeah,
the stripe on the long rail there.
yeah,
Because he wants to get the cue ball.
Yeah.
He wants the cue ball a little. He wants the cue ball a little bit to the left of where it is now. He might be happy with it there. Anywhere in that vicinity, he'll have a nice break shot. Continue this 42 ball run. This will be 56 balls now. Once he gets this one down.
Yeah, good comeback. It's the one error from the break shot on Fortunski. He's been sad ever since.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that scratch on the break has cost him 56 balls so far. See how he
Oh, all
drew
the
the
way down.
ball?
Yeah.
That was kind of the same shot that Fortunsky scratched on. The same angle coming off the rack, but he used draw where Fortunsky kind of went into the rack thinking he was going to stay in the middle of it and fell forward and scratched
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
opposite side, but
shot
it
it.
fell forward.
Yeah. Elevated try here from Bongers. Oh, he's going to get
Not
to the
going to make
rail?
it.
No. That was the
So that'll
spotted
come
ball
off
going to
the
affect
score.
things here.
They won't spot there. They'll just take one off the score, won't they?
Oh, that's right. You're right. There was nothing pocketed yet. So, racking a bit to go for Fortunsky for the match. Definitely has to develop the 1-4-3-7 area. Looks like he's going to take a shot at getting into it off the 8 here. Could get stuck behind the stack, but likely going to move them in a way where he should get on one of those 4 at worst case.
Oh, the 7 ball went too far.
Yeah, he's still got the 11, but could have been easier here.
You know, this is a very popular game in Europe, and most of your federations train a lot of their players playing 14-1. You know, we've always looked for reasons as to why the European players are so much stronger in general, you know, than the Americans, and this could be a very strong reason as to why.
Yeah, they're brought up on it
14
from
and
an
1.
early age.
Yeah, they're brought up on this, exactly.
It's kind of a good game for beginners too. I mean, it's a tough game for them to put like long runs together, but it just develops their overall pocketing. Kind of more simple cue ball movement, but thoughtful cue ball movement. And plays a good breakout. Be nice if Fortunsky can get the cue ball in a spot where you can pocket the 3 in the bottom left, but doesn't look like he can, so he's going to come back to the middle here. And 2 rails back up from the 10 to the 1-3. Looking good now. And after this rack, he'll have 5 balls only to go. 11's in a good spot where he should get a lot of separation from the rack. So just trying to get to a spot where he loosens at least 5 balls. All right, back into run-out territory for Fortunsky. Waited about 50 balls and 4 racks to get that chance, but took full advantage when he got it. Kind of a similar angle to what he scratched on. He'll try to put more draw on this one. Learning from his mistake on the previous breakout. 8 ball is going to be okay for a starter here. Position's not easy. Might have to try to stop the cue ball in the window between the 1-3. Only needs 5 more here. Nicely on the 14. Still might be looking for that window on the 6. Could actually take it now if he wants. 4 balls to go here. Seven's a little tempting because if you do pocket it and draw the cue ball back into the area where the 14 is, you should make 3 more from there. Doesn't want to risk missing the 7 here. Free to go now for Mieszko. Might try to run the cue ball into the 1 off the short rail. Look out. Look out. Combo's the only shot left. Switching hands. It's there. 1 more now for Fortunsky. 1 or 2 more, George. I think that's the last one. Maybe 2 more. And that's the match. Mieszko Fortunsky with a real strong performance here, running about 30 at his first turn of the table, another 50 second turn. Bongers came back with a 50 ball run himself, but broke down about 4 racks in. Strong match from both players. Bongers will still be alive on the loser's side. Fortunsky advances on the winner's side. We have some more Straightpool coming up for you in about an hour. You can check out Table 1. We have 2 tables live here at the European Championships. And stay tuned all day long. Catch all the action. For George Teachea, this is Eric Orlovson. Talk to you soon.
hold the pen for like 5 minutes. And
But I think it's best when the one who's not
you will
on
see
the
my hand.
will leave the table will score, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And when my hand is up, you know, the time is done. So you can always take a look at me if I'm holding the hand up, the time is not running. So table 1 and table 2 are all full shot blocks.
in the booth bringing you the live action from Tallinn, Estonia. And Eric Horlifson will be calling all the shots. And they're measuring for the lag. Your contestants today are Ina Kaplan and Anna Gradiznik. Kaplan from Germany, as you can see by her jersey, and Gradiznik is from Slovenia.
Yeah, not
They'll
too
be
many
racing
players
to
from- Go ahead, George.
they'll be racing to 75 points.
Yeah, not too many players
That
from
was all I was-
Slovenia in the tournament. It's close to Austria, so close to Austria and Germany, bordered by a lot of countries with strong players. I've really seen Gradiznik play before. Kaplan's name is familiar to me. I haven't seen her play a lot, but she's been active on the international scene for at least 5 years now.
Yeah, she's been over to the U.S. At the Las Vegas tournaments at least 2 or 3 times that I can think of. And she's very active in 10 ball. Of course, she's got the break, and it looks like her speed's going to be absolutely on the rail, well, close to the rail. Nice, nothing available. Have
Yeah,
to find
nice
another
spread
safety
there.
here.
Only 2 balls leaving the rack, 3 ball coming right out to the long rail and back into the rack like she wanted.
That's one of the nicest breaks I've seen.
For sure.
She's going to a tough angle here.
Shot.
I was afraid of that scratch. That was a very good shot.
Kaplan can do something similar off the 3, creating a little more distance ideally. This works
Gradiznik
okay
is a
as well.
678 Gradiznik is a 678 Fargo, and Kaplan at the table now is a 695.
Ooh, missed the
Did
whole
she
ball.
miss the
That'll be-
entire ball? I thought
So
so.
that'll be -1, not too much of a penalty.
Well worth it. And she's going to take an intentional.
Yeah, this is one take a chance at opening up the rack too much. No, she's 1 foul ahead of Kaplan. So at some point, Kaplan could be forced into playing the first shot into the rack.
Interesting. 3 consecutive fouls is what, 15 ball penalty?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, these ladies are accurate with the safeties.
Yeah,
Speed's
nice
pretty
thin
good. We
ones.
should take a second. Oh, she's got an easy play off the 8 here. She's got to catch it pretty thin because it could leak by the 5-1 and go to the corner. Yeah. Now if that comes up, she's going to have a shot. Oh, it didn't. Good
Nice
speed.
shot. Kaplan can stick her in the
Similar
rack
to a
here.
one pocket break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to be careful. That ball will come up off the 1 to the left-hand corner. If she even bothers, she's going to hit it real soft. Yeah, that's it.
Up table plays are limited now because the 8's over the bottom right. Could look for something similar as to what she shot last rack, covering the 8, and 11 still not available to the bottom right. A bit of moving here. This was all produced from the strong break from Kaplan. Didn't really separate much from the rack, so. And moving here in the first 4 innings. A couple intentional fouls.
It looks like she gave up a shot here. They're both looking.
Not quite. So going to play over again, similarly to what she has in the last 2 shots. Using the remaining stack to cover whatever's on the right side of the table. Off the third
She
tee,
could-
maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking she could do. She could play this off the third team. It's a gamble because if she hangs it up, she's giving up a couple balls, and one of the balls will be a break shot with a one ball. Would be a break shot to open it up. She played it off the ball. Nice shot. Now, do you go for the bank or do you play another safe?
I don't mind going for the bank here. Kind of assert yourself at the beginning of the rack, but might not be the advisable play.
I actually like that because if you go for the bank, you're not guaranteed a shot on that one ball. So you're risking, and your reward isn't guaranteed.
Yeah. 11 does pocket here. Worst case scenario on a carom off the 8. She'd want to go directly at it. It's going to kind of send the cue ball towards the short rail, which is not positive for position. See what you can come up with. Tried to carom, caught it thick. Didn't leave it anything though.
A fortuitous safety. I like a safety into the stack here.
Yep. Yep.
Just go straight into that. The two balls on the right there, the 2 and the 6, I believe. Oh, it just did it this way. Either way. See, I like putting them up against balls for safeties when it's available, and that was available.
Yeah, a little bit of left spin to promote the cue ball to go towards the stack a little more. Tough spot for Kaplan. Playing out an open territory here, and this has gone all wrong for Kaplan. Left the 8, left the 11, 13, pardon me.
I think she was trying to come underneath that ball that's right in front of the cue ball that's all alone there. Is it the 13 or 15?
Yeah.
The stripe right there. She was trying to come back underneath it, and it leaked out to the top. She's going to open up the rack here. Cue ball.
The cue ball, it's okay. 9 ball. I think the 9's available on the right side. Good spread. As long as she's on the first ball here, she'll be a favorite to run the rest of the rack. Ball down.
And with the first opening shot, let's see how she develops the rest of the rack.
2 out of the 3 play okay as breakouts. Six will have to go before the 3. She might try to get over into the 6 right now. Not quite directly there, but move the 10 in a way where she can get at the 6 in the next shot.
Well, Miss Gradiznik defeated Romina Lenk and Rika Valrinen to get to this winner's qualification, whereas Ina Kaplan defeated Veronika Ubrutova.
Both players with kind of a similar style, kind of more of a square stance, slow backstroke, a little on the longer side of the backstroke. A lot of strong up-and-coming women players in Europe. They're still kind of looking to get to that final upper echelon up there with the Chinese Taipei and Chinese players. But they're well on their way. Jasmine Ocean been leading the charge for years. far as top of the game in the women's European rankings. Six ball's got to go at some point. 7 would be a good key ball to lead into the 3 in the breakout. Might go 5, 13, 6 here.
Yeah, if she can land on the window between the 3 and the 7 for the 6, she'll be in good shape. And the angle coming off this stripe on the top of the table should get her to that window. She could play the 7 ball first, too.
Yeah, key ball was kind of drifting forward, so favored the position on the 7 there. So have to figure out a good key ball to get back onto the 3 now. 11 could work. 7, 6, 8, 15, 11. Might be able to push the 3 a little closer to the stack here. Back up on that. Still looking good.
She was able to hold for that 6 nicely.
Push the 3 a little further from the stack, so it's not going to bode well as far as a breakout. Still could go with the same pattern I've been thinking about. I think I would. She's got to shoot the 8 now. 11's in the rack. Get the cue ball moving on the key ball towards the breakout ball now. Three plays a little better onto the 15 than the 15 plays onto the 3. Would you ever consider the 15 as a breakout, or not now?
No, I'd take the 3 ball for a breakout. Now she's going to have a hard time getting to it, leaving herself a good shot. She'd do well to just go ahead and, well, I don't know. If she can get to the center, just before the center of the table, she'll have. No, it's too tough of a shot to come and try to break him out. Let's see how she handles this. I would play the 3 ball next for as a safety, or just take the ball and get a safety off of that.
Good try. It's going to be too straight to really develop much action out of the rack here.
Well, she did a good job in running the rack. Both players were -1 to begin with. Did Anna score a point the first game?
I don't think so.
So then, because they don't have her at -1, but I remember she took an intentional up on top. So it should be a 13 -1 score. A scorekeeper I'm not, so don't trust me on that.
Very shallow angle here. Going to do well to just separate 3 or 4 balls from the rack.
Yeah.
And get on one of them.
I was going to say she might be able to get the corner. Yeah, didn't work.
You can play safely in between the 6 and the rack, or you can just freeze onto the rack a little safer. Smart shot. A little tougher to get out as far as safe for Kaplan here. Could try to put her back in the same place. have to watch the speed and how the 14's comboing into the 12. Doesn't want to leave the 12 anywhere. And go for the safer play here. Both players will be guarding around the 11 by the bottom left. You can slow down a lot of energy with object balls if you go into the 2 here and try to freeze onto the 5. Called the 8. That, George.
She's gonna wish she didn't make it.
I know. Well, if it was, it's like if it was that wired, then maybe consider playing position there. But anytime there's a multiple ball combo, you can't always predict what's going to happen.
Yeah, I kind of think she was pushing it to the pocket. I don't think she was playing to make it. That's why she didn't play position. Although, can she make this ball?
Yeah, she can.
I don't think she.
Back.
Oh wow! So then, then great job.
Yeah. Well, she's back on offense here.
I thought she couldn't see those balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Cue ball drew a little late on her there. Might have been trying to draw into the 12. 2's available. If she does play the 12 up with some right spin, she could get the angle on the 2 to pocket into the bottom left and open up the stack. Pretty tough to develop anything as far as a breakout if you start with the 2 here. Slightly easier shot. A miss from Visnik, and it'll be Kaplan back at the table here, looking to score our first offensive point. Ooh, that was a handy shot. 11 available now. Unfortunately, tough to develop any kind of breakout options off the 11. 2 straight. Cue ball's going to the short rail here. She can come up 2 rails and get an angle on the 14 where she's able to open them up. Not bad. Big shot coming up for Kaplan now. So the cue ball's barely going to glance the 1. But you're kind of playing into the middle of the short rail going up table.
Depends on how she hits this. She might have to worry about that upper left-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, you could actually stun around it.
Yeah.
Focused a little too much on the cue ball there. Lost the pocketing angle.
I think so.
Yeah, and another good chance for Visnik now. 7-6, the real only problem in the rack. Lined up reasonably for a combo. Three ball looks okay as a breakout. Gonna have to get into a tight area on the 9 to open up the pocketing avenues for the 3. 14 can go second here.
Both players won their matches with their opponents getting to mid-30s. So
Okay.
neither one had a easy go of it, but neither one had a hard time of it either.
Yeah, I think you'd make Jasmine the favorite if she's all divisions really here. So definitely the one they're going after. But both these players capable. And Straightpool is that type of game too, where your opponent matters because if they're putting up big runs against you, it's going to be harder to win. But really, it's kind of a game against yourself, just trying to put together high runs together. Come around 2 rails here towards the tomb and 1 rail back. 1 and 3. A little too much angle here, but you can cue the ball extreme low. Kind of drag draw at the cue ball. Slow down the movement coming off the rail as much as possible. Nicely done. Good angle going into the rack now.
She was able to hold that nicely. Good job
Yeah,
there.
almost overheld it in a way.
Yeah.
But you'd rather have more angle going into the pack than less in straight pull.
Yeah.
So good shot.
And we're sponsored by...
Go ahead, George.
I'm sorry. We're sponsored by the Predator Group, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Billiard Balls. You see the Miser balls that they're using. Longoni, Kamui, Hansavest, and Folger. They're playing on the Predator Arc table, 3-piece slate. Everything I've seen about this table looks absolutely fantastic. I'm watching the rails. They use the K55 rubber, top speed rubber cushions. Everything about it looks just great. You watch players to see how close they are on their pocketing, especially when they're banking balls. Everyone's real close to where they're aiming. So we might see these tables in the U.S. by latter part of this year. But Europe gets them for a while.
Yeah, they remind me a lot of Gold Crowns. Very classic design. Sleek, sharp looking. Three ball can be used to open up the 2-9-11 stack. Good amount of open balls to kind of navigate it into that area, kind of near the 1 that she wants to do to attack the 3. Gonna get at it quickly here. Looks like 1-3 pattern now. It's always nice when you can get into the breakouts earlier. There's a better chance of getting onto another ball. As we were saying in one of the previous matches, George, the old school was kind of pick off all the open ones first and then go into the stack. But
Right.
more and more modern times, players have been kind of trying to develop those balls earlier. Got a little straight here. Gonna have to use the ball in the short rail to come draw back into the stack 1 rail.
Anna has been playing these European pool championships since Her first one was in 2021. I'm sorry, 2012. She took a first. Her first win was in 2021, 22, and 24. So she's been playing them for about 13 years now.
Pretty high up there in Fargo, somewhere near the top 50 in the world. Eight ball is going to be the best breakout ball of the remaining balls left here. 15 is going to have to go before the 8. She has a shot at it now. But possibly looking to develop something with the 7-12. I believe both the 7 and the 12 go to the bottom left. I like dealing with them earlier.
In reference to your statement, Eric, out of the top 100 ladies in the world, Anna Gradiznek is number 52. You were right on there.
Okay.
Kaplan a little higher at number 40 with a 690 Fargo.
Not wasting much time here, getting to the rack pretty quickly. Only the one blocking the air on the 2 on the side. That falls pretty efficiently when she's been in. Strong setup. I think she'll favor the 4 as the key ball, moving back towards the 8. Get straight on either the 7 or the 12 here. Get a short, so then she's forced to shoot the 4 now. Still possible to get on the proper angle on the 8 off the 7 or the 12.
Yeah, it's hard to get that cue ball off that rail from there. Not sure she has a shot on the 8. The strike ball might go by though.
I think they both go on the bottom left, and I think
Do they?
cue ball's moving. Yeah, I believe so, and I think cue ball's moving a little bit to the left off the 7, but looks like she's going to take the 12 here. Going to the left off the 7, and she is. There's trouble here. It's going so far left that she can't hold it up with right spin. Play a big power shot. Typically, you'd want to play this with bottom and left, but the bottom and left is going to trend the cue ball into the right side of the table, so she might have to punch to the short rail with right spin. Try to come around the left side of the 8. A little straight for that shot, but it is possible. Gonna speed moving the break ball in the last shot. So it's gonna get a little thin here.
I don't think she put the cue ball in the rack, so she's going to have to shoot from there. It looks like she has
Go ahead.
looks like she has space to make it.
Yeah,
make
she
the
does.
8.
I think. Biggest issue is can she get enough draw and get back into the rack? It's definitely on the thin side. I don't think it's really there. Might be able to just catch the outside edge of the 11 with a bunch of left spin. Max drawing a bunch of left.
I wonder if it's worth playing the safety here instead of just making the ball and then playing the safety. To rail the ball out of there and put the cue ball against the bottom of the rack.
Yeah, safe would be pretty much guaranteed if you were to go safe
Yeah.
here. I guess this is a little more aggressive. You can separate some balls from the rack. Just have to have good knowledge of exactly how to play into the side of the stack here. Smart shot.
And there's your good knowledge. They have it. It's actually a very effective safety.
Yeah, it looks like Captain can thin off the right edge of the 13 and play the cue ball between the 15 corner pocket and kind of play up the left long rail. If you go up table here, you got to make sure you kind of line up the 3-6. 5-6. She did. That ball must not be available past the 6. Be a very aggressive try on the combo.
I would go rail first, or if the 5 ball doesn't go on the 6 ball, because your cue ball's going to play safe anyway.
Yeah, good call. Not a lot for position, but could get something going. Looks like she's going offense here, or maybe shooting the 5 straight in.
Wow.
Oh, I'm surprised Kaplan played it like that then. Yeah, she really had to stick the cue ball with more distance at that point.
I think the cue ball got away from Ina.
Yeah. So Anna was already a commanding lead and a good opening here in rack number 4.
Two racks away.
Might have just enough angle to create some energy going into the 14. Definitely on the straight side. She's really straight. She could draw back past the 1 and play the 7 on the side. Okay. Cue ball's definitely going into the rack here. If she had the 7 in the top left, she would actually leave the proper angle for the 1 on an easy breakout. Looks like the 14's blocking the cue ball, or there's not enough room between the 1 14, so she's going to go into it now. $15 opened up, but very thin. I think she's trapped here, George.
I think she'll just. I'm trying to see, play that ball and just get into the stack there and just stay in the stack.
Yeah. Kind of wedge it between the 11-14.
There's 2 ways. I don't think I'd mind hitting this 14 with some speed to get a rail and stopping the cue ball right there.
Yeah,
just like she's doing right there.
Into the 12.
Yeah, just there. Perfect.
So 2 open balls in the rack. Next couple shots will be very big for the overall result in this rack. Likely looking for something down near the short rail here. Kind of blocking off the balls on the left side of the table. At the same time playing safe around the 7. Got to be careful how the 15's moving though. Could go off the 11 and kind of play the cue ball down in the short rail area. Sure about this. Second lead to 9. Oh, look at this offensive try.
Might
Very
prove costly.
offensive there. Yeah, very offensive there from Kaplan. Being stuck in the score line, felt like she needed to make something happen. And 12 to 13 pockets into the bottom, or the 12 pockets into the bottom right. If it does, that'll lie good for opening up the 10-3 area. Thirteen's playing good to get that specific angle on the 12. It's an interesting shot here. 2 rails towards the stack. Not one of the more common breakouts in Straightpool, but a breakout that is there. Move them. 12 definitely goes now. Gonna have to develop a breakout ball within the next 5 shots. Thirteen's okay for the breakout. It is off the 12 to tie up with the 13. Not the easiest shot here either. If you make the 15, you're over top of the 3 is extremely tough. Probably over top of the 3 with a bridge, but if you make the 15, the position's pretty natural towards the 4.
I think she's playing safe to the bottom part of the table. Yeah.
Yeah. Be careful though. You're leaving. Always going to leave something there.
Well, Ina Kaplan has shown you that she is going to be aggressive because she's very far behind, so she has to make something happen.
Yeah, she'll definitely be going offense here. And big shot in the overall match for her. Good.
And again, paying a price. But she has to shoot those shots right now. She's got to get an opening. She's got to force an opening.
Still lying okay for the breakout. Come over to the right long rail here and a bunch of right spin and try to get as straight on the 3 as possible. Just thinking about that too, just crossing over for the 10. Kind of came in between a bunch of shots, but straighten up on the 10 that she should be able to draw straight back to the 3. Worst case, you could bump into the 3, try to put it into a perfect breakout position.
Anna in 2023 had 2 second place finishes in the women's 9-ball and the Olima Open, and then 2 third place finishes in the Lascaux Open and the Treviso Open.
Okay, so she's right at the top of the Women's European Tour.
Sure.
Don't see her as much in the Predator Pro Billiard Series. It's tough when you're coming from a small country. You know, the funding is generally not as high in those countries. Less people to kind of travel with or even practice with. So
She had a better 2022.
She's won events before.
Oh, I don't. Yes, she won the Predator Treviso Open in 2022, and then with 2/5 in Johan Pangu Open and the Slovenia Open, and then the second in the Women's 8-Ball Euro Championships, along with another 5th in the Lasco Open. That was in 2022. She knows where to end up in the Final Four. I tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, probably getting overshadowed by Jasmine a little bit near the end of those tournaments, but obviously a very capable player here. Hasn't made too many mistakes. Forced Kaplan into a couple tough ones.
She also had a first in 2021 in the Pangu Open, St. Johann Pangu Open. Gosh, she finishes in the top 5 almost all her finishes. Pretty close. The last 3 years.
Good angle going into the rack here. 20 balls away now from victory. So one rack and a little bit left with the Visnik. Good opening, perfect on the 2. Gonna have a chance to make a bit of a run here. Want to get into the 6 and the 11. I'm going to start opening up the right side of the table a little bit. 3 is available in the bottom right. That can play her into kind of that middle area near the 115. Five, 9, 4, 3 could work here. She can get on the 3 right now. Doesn't need to. Kind of just gets in an area where she could shoot the 3 or the 4. That'll play fine.
I believe the ball on the spot goes too, which is the stripe.
Yeah.
Looks like the brown stripe, 15 ball.
Yeah, they really all have pockets once you get into that small area there.
Yeah.
Even the 8 goes in the bottom left. I think the 14 possibly goes in the bottom left. She just has to get herself in kind of a power position. Small movement with the cue ball. Good shot. Broke them out even more. They go easier now. 7's going to be a good breakout ball. Fortunately, it's probably the one she has to shoot now. Could shoot the 1 if she chooses. Still lots of balls on the table to develop another breakout ball. 6-11 still has to be dealt with, but she's done well to clear out the middle part of the table here.
Yeah, well, both the 8 and the 14 will go to the corner pocket, so just stopping the ball there where she's going to shoot this 4 ball will serve her well.
Duval might play into the 11 here. If it does, that'll be a positive going forward in this round.
Opens that up, and she's got an insurance ball with the 8, or the ball in the side pocket to the left.
We're looking at 6 as far as the breakout ball. At that point, wanted to hit that thicker. Didn't really end up
This
on
might be
anything
trouble.
else. Yeah. Combos available, but she wanted to shoot a ball straight in. Taking a look at the 6, I don't think it's there. Yeah, I think this deep into the match, I think you got to keep going here.
Well, Ina has not hurt her, so nice shot.
She can get into the breakout now. She'll need about 5 or 6 after this rack is done, so she'll be looking to get a solid breakout ball to a point where she can open up a fair bit of balls out of the rack going into the final leg. Not sure there. I really feel like she was trying to get into it. I think she did too. She would have needed some right spin. Surprised she misjudged it. If the 6 goes, she's okay, and she's kind of on that pocketing line, so I guess it's possible that it barely does. Might throw it in with some left. I think it is available, so she might try the 1 or kind of put a cue ball up table. She could line the 1 up. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say I would offer a safety off this 1 ball. She's going to bank it. I would offer the safety to the top of the leave the 1 and 10 ball. Nice shot. Leave them all, lined up on the rail and the cue ball on top.
Just wondering if she needs a real specific angle to pocket this 6 here, and maybe she got it. Maybe she just didn't quite have it from where she was before. Still not going at the 6. It just must not be available.
She's going to cut this down the rail, huh? Wow.
Yeah, this broke down at the end of the rack there. Ended up running into trying a breakout, tied up the 6-15, and things got tough from there. So Kaplan's got to start now. Isnik's about 10 away from the finish line here. Breakout. Just on the ball. 15 could play okay as a breakout ball. So 6-10-15 finish here. Big power draw. I thought she'd kind of stay below the 10 and shoot the 10 in the long pocket. Real specific with the cue ball control here. And tough pocketing to add some more difficulty into the shot. Okay. 10 yeah. Not really, it's makeable.
This. Probably just go ahead and make this and then take a safety, or even bank the ball, because she's going to be up in the. This will be a 12-2 rack once she pockets this ball. That'll put us at 65-3.
Oh, there is decent angle to attack back into the stack. I mean, is that the proper play here, George? Is it too offensive at this point because you're so far apart?
I would protect the lead. I would make Ina come in with some really strong shooting. I would just bank this ball 3 rails behind the rack and leave the cue ball up on top of the table. But Since all I've been playing for the last, now, who knows, years, has been one pocket, I tend more to force my opponent to come to me, especially when I have a lead.
You think more defensively, yeah. I mean, the nice thing here is that you don't have to do much with the cue ball if you were to play
Exactly.
offense.
Exactly.
Of course, the flip side
I
there is that you miss the 10 and then you open up the rack. It's a close call.
I just like to play the table as it lies. You know, when it says do this, I take advice from the table sometimes instead of pushing the envelope.
Yeah. She's having a look
Except when it's
on the
rotation.
offense. Yeah. Oh yeah, every game's different. This is one of the
Yeah.
games I have the least experience at. Just wonder what your insight would be here.
Well, if you're playing a player that has high run capabilities, you definitely would have never played this. You would play the safety. But see how easy her safety is here? She's going to come off the ball and come right back into the stack.
Is that going up table here at all, or just into the stacks up there?
It all depends what she wants to do. It lays for whatever she wants. She went up table. Good call. Now, if she can put that in oil, that works just perfect. Especially with the balls opened up there in the right-hand corner. She's got to be careful with what she hits here.
Yeah.
A lot of players will try to roll this ball into the middle of the top two balls, and if it gets away, you've sold out.
There's there. I think the cue ball's looking okay.
Cue ball's
waiting
great
for an-
against the rail. Yeah.
She's waiting for an update on Gradiznik's score, but she's around 65 now, going to 75.
Yeah.
Called it in the corner.
She's safe to shoot this ball because the cue ball is going to come around underneath the ball there on the bottom and go back up table.
Nice shot.
And she pockets it. See?
Another offensive decision
she's-
here for Gradiznik. She could play a bunch of right spin and try to get into the stack. She's taking a look to see if anything's dead out of the stack. I don't think it is.
She's fine. She's going to play a safety. She's going to come straight and leave the ball in the stack. Oh, she went for
There
the
was
ball.
a ball in the stack, and that'll be
There
a match
was, yeah.
winner. I didn't even see that. I was looking closely into all the connections. I didn't see it, but she did. Great shot.
Well, you know,
5 balls
Eric,
open
watching
from the
her,
stack now. Go ahead.
watching the way she looked at that ball, it looked like she chose not to shoot it, and then all of a sudden she just changed her mind and fired it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's going to prove to be the match winner because she's probably needs
Yeah.
about 6 balls here.
Yeah, she has enough open balls now. She doesn't have to mess with the 7, 15, 14. 3's got to go before the 6 or be comboed in by the 6. But other than that, she's got about another 5 free ones here. Never at 66 at the beginning of this raft. And she's on about another 3 now, so about 5 to go. She will have to manage the 6-3 somehow at some point.
If she comes all the way down towards the 6 with the cue ball here, she's in heaven. She chose this angle. That gets her there too, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
That's a pretty sharp angle.
Yeah. Forced to play the combo now. I think she's still okay on the 9.
I believe the ball right by the spot, which looks like the 14 ball, goes through the 513.
Yeah, could consider that.
And she's playing the combo.
It's a match winner if it goes. Good shot. Evo perfect for the 5. She'll need 2 or 3 more balls here. 5, 6, 11 looks okay. 5, 6, 9. 5, 6, 14. Should be good. Strong performance from Gradisnik. Couple runs over 20. A few errors from Kaplan, but really just taking advantage of all the chances she got.
Well, she won it. She won the match in 6 racks.
Wow. So Gradisnik will be advancing. And that's our last round of the day, George. It's our last round for day one.
That's our last round of the day. But stay tuned, folks, because we got lots of pool for you this week. We've got a full week of this every day with matches at 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7 o'clock Slovenia time. Just add 9 hours to that, and that's Mountain State time, and Eastern time. Just add take 6 hours off of that, right, Eric?
That's right.
Now I think doesn't the time change in Slovenia? In Estonia tomorrow?
I heard
believe
that.
It
Yeah.
changes
So
by an hour.
yeah.
So we'll have to check with that. But yeah, we had a lot of pool for you guys, and then towards the 10th and the 12th of April, we'll have the Estonian Open, the Open division, playing 8-ball, and we have a men's and women's division. So we have lots of pool for you here on these Predator Arc tables, and with the arena lights and the Aramith balls this time around. But we'll be here. This is Eric Horlifson and myself, George Tejea. Take it off, Eric.
Yeah, everyone have a great night. We're looking forward to a nice week here. Country competition, men's, women's, juniors, wheelchair divisions. It'll be great. So you can follow this channel all week long. We'll have all the live action for you.
Thanks for tuning in, pool fans. Take care.